Yeah, at its finest. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are live with me and Madeline Stout, and we're going to discuss business credit. Madeline, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Great. Madeline has a great background in accounting and understands lending at a level that most accountants just don't, to be honest with you. So that's why we do these together. And we're going to talk about business credit because there's a lot of misconceptions out there. So, Madeline, what are some of the crazy things you've heard about business credit?
Hmm. Let's see. I would say like the scoring system of business credit. I don't know if that's the
Mhm.
craziest, but just knowing that there is a difference there,
Yes.
as well as if I do have business credit, that completely eliminates you having to personally guarantee anything.
Thank you for saying that. That's what I wanted to get at.
Hmm.
Perfect. So, guys, Madeline hit the nail on the head. Having business credit does not absolve you from signing a personal guarantee. There are some times it can, but most of the times that's not how business credit works. Business credit is separate from your personal credit. You have to actively build it. You have to actively build it because only 7% of companies actually report, and those 7% change. All right. So there's a method. But before we get into that, let's talk about what business credit does. Business credit separates your business and your personal credit, which helps entrepreneurs get into better and better financing programs because they're not using their own credit to finance the business, and they have a higher credit score, and they also have a higher business credit score. So that's why it's so important. It can do things like get you trade lines from vendors and suppliers. It can help you get approved for equipment financing and for SBA loans. And I can tell you, I have had about 7 SBA loans that got put on pause because they did not have their business credit handled. And so we had to go back in, rebuild business credit, and then get them reapplied to get it done. Okay, so that's what business credit does. Why is it important? Well, it's important for all of those reasons. You're building a foundation, you're building the base of your business, which will allow you to, the stronger that base is, the higher that business can go. All right. And without business credit, it gets much harder to scale and grow because you will not get access to the right types of financing programs. Does that make sense, Madeline?
Yep, totally.
All right. And so let's talk about how would you check business credit? That was one of your questions. So you would go on DNB or Dun and Bradstreet. You can just go dnb.com or just Google Dun and Bradstreet, and then you're going to put in your company's information. All right. Most of the time, the information that's on there, if you've never actively done it, is wrong or you have to claim it. So you claim your profile. You don't have to pay to claim your profile. All right. They're going to reach out, try to sell you a $5,000 package. They're going to try to sell you a $500 a month package. Also, they can boost it. But here's the thing. If you do that, it's really only on Dun and Bradstreet. There's a couple other business credit reporting bureaus like Experian that might not be updated. So what you have to do is make sure they're all updated and everything matches. And if they don't, that's when you run into a lot of issues. All right. So super important. What other questions did you have, Madeline, that maybe we should go over?
So I recently went through this whenever I started Profit Panda. That entity is a newer one to me. And so originally when I started it, it was a real challenge to try to get any type of business credit as a new company.
Mhm.
So one question that I have is, on the personal credit side, I think back to when I got my first car. Having no credit score didn't hurt me, but
Correct.
in business, that kind of did, unless I, obviously ran it through all of my personal. So is with business, is having no credit worse than having credit that you then need to improve, or what is that parallel there?
So that is a great question. And it comes up all the time. And here's the reality. It's better to have no credit than bad credit.
Right.
Okay. Because you can explain no credit. I never set it up. You can't explain bad credit. Oh, I didn't pay this vendor. I didn't pay this supplier, right? That's problematic. So what I would say is business credit works on a score of 0 to 100, all the platforms, which is nice. Not like personal credit that goes 350 to 850. And so what happens is if you have a score of, let's say, 40 or under, then you absolutely need to work on your business credit. And 40 is, in the 40s, 50s, 60s, that's not even considered a good score. A great score is 80 or higher, right? So that is important. And what I would say is the way to build it is you just have to make sure you have the 5 fundability factors listed everywhere on Dun & Bradstreet and Experian. What are those? It's you having a business phone number, not a Google voice number. You having a business address, not a PO box. You can use your home as your business address. All right. There's a misconception there. If I should use a PO box or my home address, use your home address. If you use a PO box, it is a leading indicator of fraud. All right. Next, you need a website. And on the website, you should have your email address, your business phone number, and all the relevant business information. And anywhere the business is listed online should have those things. And then the last thing is just having a business bank account. And obviously, you should not be posting that anywhere, right? You get those 4 or 5 things done. And by the way, when I say business email, I mean Jonathan at Integrated Business Financing, not Jonathan Funds Businesses at Gmail or at Yahoo, right? We see that a lot, okay? And so as long as you have all that, that's a great start. And then it's about getting trade lines and vendors to report. What are some easy ones? Do you know any of them? I think I told you.
I was just going to ask you that question. So for me, the ones that reported is I opened up a business account with Verizon. So that one was a good one. There were a couple that I actually opted to manually report. So I signed up for my DUNS number. I signed up for like a $50 a month Dun & Bradstreet subscription, which I realize isn't required, but I did.
Yeah.
And what I did is I contacted my vendors and suppliers and asked them to manually report for the first about 3 to 6 months. Now, some of your vendors will, some of them won't, but that's what got me my first line of credit.
I love it. So that is a great way. So a phone bill, right? Verizon, AT&T, both can do that. Another good one is Uline. Okay. Uline will send you the magazine. They have every office supply you could ever imagine under the sun. And that's another one. Best Buy, Staples, Home Depot, those are all good ones as well. Now, how do you do it? When you apply, you can't have your social on there. You have to apply using your EIN and your DUNS number. All right. And by putting those on there, they're going to say, hey, I don't have your social. That's fine. I'm only applying for business credit. Right. And then what do you do when you get that? You use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off. And then every 3 to 6 months, ask for an increase. Okay. Also, we have a lot of great business cards through Integrated with Chase. Okay. So those are cards that can report if you qualify for them. Those have been a massive win for a lot of our clients because a lot of them are at 0% for 12 to 18 months. And they have really, really, really good perks. I mean, like Amex level perks. Chase really stepped up their game there. And that's also something that we do. All right. So what other questions or what other things should we go over on business credit?
Yeah. So for some of our clients who may have a less than ideal credit position, what are things that they can do to improve their credit if they can't, let's say, get qualified for a Best Buy or a Staples or a Uline account? Or is there like I know it on the personal side, you could get like a secured credit card or back it with cash. Or is there an equivalent on the business side?
I haven't seen the equivalent on the business side. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So typically what I tell everyone is if the business credit is weak and you're not getting approved, go back in, make sure everything is matching. Okay. And if everything is matching, then I would try to get other lines that are going to report and then go back to the one that declined you with the revised business credit, even if it's a month, 2 or 3 later, to say, hey, look, my business credit's better. My personal credit's better. Let's get something done here. All right. Okay. And then here's the thing. Business credit is amazing. We have the foundation workshop coming up in September, and we will build everybody's business credit there live for $1,500. And I will make your business bulletproof, going through how to make you qualify for any and all lending programs, right? We'll come up with a game plan specifically tailored to your business and help you put that in place all in a one-day workshop coming into our office in Tampa. Right. So that's going to be fun. And you will be there, right?
Yeah, for sure. I
Can't wait. Can't wait. You and some of the people that we work with a lot should stay an extra day or so. But guys, it is important. This is what's going to help you build moving forward. So the one action, if everybody that watched this or is about to watch this takes, is please go check where your business credit is and make sure that if you didn't claim it, you claim it. And then if you need help, reach out to me, reach out to Madeline. She knows where to find me as well. And we'll help you guys put something in place so you can build and scale the way you need. All right, Madeline, anything else that we should go over on business credit?
I think that's it. I'm excited for the workshop here coming up next month.
I am too. I can't wait. All right. Appreciate you, Madeline, and we'll talk soon. Guys, give Madeline a follow. She is a rock star when it comes to all things accounting, and there's very few people I trust clients with. She's one of them.
Appreciate it. Likewise.